Hi friends, I am Shweta Jain, advocate, partner RSA Legal Solutions. Today I am going to talk about a scheme called the Mover Scheme, which was introduced in 2019 under the Customs Act. The regulations were framed by the name of Manufacture and Other Operations in Warehouse Regulations 2019. So this is a beneficial scheme for carrying out the manufacturing operations in India, wherein the importer can import the inputs as well as the capital goods completely duty free. Now, as we now know today that there are various schemes even under the foreign trade policy which allows for the duty free imports. But having said that, there are export obligations also. Under this scheme, there is no export obligation. An importer can import raw material, he can import capital goods without payment of customs duty, without payment of IGST. This is typically a duty deferment scheme. Now the question arises, when he has to pay the duty. He will pay the duty as soon as the goods are cleared from his warehouse for the DTA. So if the goods are to be exported, the final goods are to be exported which are manufactured out of those duty free inputs or the capital goods, then in that case no duty is to be paid. If the goods are not to be exported but are to be cleared in the DTA, in that case the duty will be paid on the raw materials that are involved in the manufacture of those goods which are cleared for home consumption. That will be based on the input-output norms. Similarly, IGST would be paid on such goods which are involved in the production of the manufacture of the goods cleared for home consumption. How this happens? This typically happens that you should have a factory in India. It can be an existing factory. It can be a factory which is proposed to be installed. In such a case, the entire factory is required to be bonded under the customs law. Thereafter, once the factory is bonded, it is called a bonded manufacture and other operations in warehouse. So it is a bonded manufacturing facility which you have. Only this facility is available only for the manufacturing operations and not for providing any other kind of trading activities. The monitoring, how it is to be done is, or if we talk about what are the compliances that are required thereafter once the license is obtained, in such case the monthly returns are required to be filed under this scheme, in which the importer, the manufacturer, typically depicts that what are his inputs on which he has claimed the duty benefit, what is the final manufactured output which he is exporting back or which he is selling in the DTA, on the quantum of the supplies made in the DTA. He will pay the duty according to the standard input-output norms, or if the norms are not fixed, then in that case the norms needs to be fixed. The facility of job work is allowed in this manufacturing facility, meaning thereby that the manufacturer can send the goods out for the job work in any DTA, whether the inputs he can send for the job work. And those provisions will be the timelines, and the procedure would be governed as per the GST law. Secondly, the capital goods can be sent outside the premises for the repair purposes also. An important question which normally arises is that, is there a regular control of the customs officers on such manufacturing bonded units? Does each and every clearance from the warehouse require any kind of approval from the customs or the bond officer? The answer is no. The FAQs very clearly state that it is not required to be under the direct control or the physical control of any customs officer. The unit works as if it is a normal unit. This is based on the risk assessment. So accordingly, on a timely basis, there will be audits which will be conducted by the customs department. It is similar to the audits which is typically conducted for normal unit also. So there is nothing extra which is typically required to be done for these units or any, but with the only difference that there will be an additional monthly return that will be required to be filed. But if we compare the benefits which arise out of it, the benefits are huge. The complete duty-free inputs and capital goods are allowed, that too without any time limit, that too without any export obligation. The deferment of the duty is without any time limit. Now one more question arises, is there an expiry to such license? Are these licenses required to be renewed on a periodical basis? The answer to this lies in no, that there is, the license is valid till it is either suspended by the authorities or the manufacturer surrenders it himself. So as such, there is no time period, the person can keep continuing. So this benefit, if we say, is that once he gets a bonded manufacturing license, then in that case he gets a lifetime permission to import the raw materials and the capital goods duty free. There are more insights into it, which I will cover in my next video. I hope you like the video. Please like, share and subscribe to keep tap on the regular updates under the customs law, foreign trade policy and GST laws and other tax laws. Thank you very much.